Here's the Retrowave Human Torch. He's in the Fantastic Four Retrowave packaging with his name and the artwork at the front. And at the back, we have a short bio and the rest of the figures in the wave. Let's get the figure out. Here's the figure out of the packaging. The figure comes with a fire effect to be attached to the back, a pair of fists without any flames, and two twirly orange effects. The fire effect for the back simply just clings on to the figure. These fists doesn't have any flame effects unlike these two hands over here. And here's the twirly effects which goes around either the forearm or the fist without any flame effects. Kind of redundant actually because we already have the flame effects which are sculpted on the forearms. Or maybe you want to twirl it near the ankles, that's another option as well. The fiery effect for the back and also the twirly fire effects are exactly the same as the one from the human form of Johnny Storm from the same Retrowave. Now, for the appearance of the figure, there's actually plenty to talk about. In the comics, in his early appearances, he's been drawn with plenty of black lines all around his body, front and back. So one thing about this figure is that the black lines are really kind of minimal. I mean, look at that. There's literally only 4 lines on the bicep and a few lines over here. Only like 3 lines on the thigh as well, and no lines on the shoulder or the side of the torso. And at the back, no lines at all. You can also see a slight difference in the translucent level. The arms and the legs are slightly kind of darker, and the torso is actually slightly brighter and more translucent. From the front, it's not too obvious, but I guess overall it still looks kind of okay and doesn't look awkward or funny or anything. Another thing that irks me is the paintwork on the flame sculpt on the fist, forearm, and the head. The orange paintwork looks kind of thick and it looks like a noob customizer just painted it. Like someone like me maybe, who's new to customizing, painted the sculpt. And especially when you compare it with this previous version of Human Torch, the yellowish paintwork on this previous Human Torch is so much better. The forearm and the fist has the same sculpt, but this one has a very good paintwork of yellow, which is nothing like this orange one where the paintwork looks really thick. Same goes for the flame effect. This one is okay because it's just translucent orange, no paintwork on it. But look at this, there's actually 2 shading, and the top part over here is more solid yellow compared to the bottom translucent orangey yellow, and it looks so much better. And like I said, for the head, this one has good paintwork, looks so much better than this really thick paintwork. These 2 figures have the same head sculpt and also the same sculpt for the forearms and the hands. The previous version is on the Bucky Cap body mold, but of course, the bottom part of the legs over here are different. But this new Retro Human Torch is on the Sunfire body mold. The translucency of the previous figure is also more consistent compared to this one, which has the torso brighter than the other parts of the body. And here's the Toybiz Human Torch. Although the body mold is really dated, the paintwork on this figure is actually really good. Having him in solid orange is actually fine because in the comics, he is really orange and not translucent at all. And look at the paintwork of the flames. It's actually really good. It has shades of orange within the yellow, and it just looks so much better than the new figure. I mean, look at this. It really looks kind of cheap compared to this paintwork. And definitely, the black lines on the Toybiz figure looks so much better. And look at that, at least there are some black lines at the back as well. Although it should have been more and the same amount just like the front. If you guys watch my video, I think you know that I'm Team Hasbro. But for this pair, this Toybiz figure really does look so much better than the new one. But of course, like I said, the body mold is really dated and this one uses the Spider-Man Classics body mold. But yeah, body mold aside, the Toybiz Human Torch looks more awesome. And the fact that it also comes with this diorama, which I have no idea how to attach the figure to it. Here's Johnny Storm in his human form from the Retrowave as well, and the one from the Skrull BAF wave. Why didn't this frame looks just like this in terms of paintwork? This is so much better. All 3 of them are on the Sunfire body mold, but this one doesn't have a hole at the back unlike the other 2. Here's a closer look at the hole, a bit difficult to see from a distance. Here's the figure with Retro Spidey and Pizza Spidey. And here's Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm. I actually have not gotten round to getting the thing yet. Still waiting for sale price. And here's how the team looks like with the Toybiz Human Torch. Johnny looks kind of small, but I guess you can make it work if you put him more to the front. So overall, I think this Human Torch is not the best figure that Hasbro has done so far. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm really team Hasbro, but this time round, the Toybiz version actually looks so much better even with its dated body mold. I really dislike how the orange paintwork is on this figure, and also there should have been way more black lines on it. Thanks for watching. Do check out my review of the Retro Invisible Woman over here.